All right, we made it. Episode 1. Thank you to everyone tuning in. Today's guest is someone I've known for a very, very long time, perhaps maybe even my entire life. He is a photographer, business owner, father, and most importantly, my cousin, Kyle Gordon. Like, you try to break into this house, you're going to get exploded.
Yeah.
So is the house, but
Once they're in the middle of breaking in, the alarm's not really an alarm, it's a timer. I just never let it expire before.
that's hilarious. That is super.
All right, I think
We're in the clear? All right. Do we feel good about mic placement? And
yeah.
you like the way you sound?
Yeah, I think so.
You sound good.
Yeah.
So how you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Thank you for coming on to my first episode of the podcast. You never actually responded to my text, by the way, about what you thought of the name.
It doesn't surprise me. Me not responding to a text doesn't surprise
I
me.
know you're bad about that.
I'm better than I was 2 years ago.
All right, so I'm kind of leaning towards exactly what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Zach. The Zach of ExZachLy is my name. Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly
I like
what I'm trying to say. Go ahead.
it. Yeah, I like it.
You like it? Genuinely?
I do like it.
You're
I
not
like
lying.
It's better than past renditions that I've heard.
What were the past renditions? Do you remember?
ExZachLy.
Yeah, I took the Ari off because it was too
You didn't need it.
it was too much.
It was too much. You didn't need it.
I did. I truly didn't. Well, yeah. So first episode. This is super exciting. I started this on a whim, and
Literally, quickly on a whim.
very quickly on a whim. And pro hack, make your first episode on a podcast if you don't know what you're doing with a photographer or videographer, because they'll make sure your lighting and everything is good before you get started. And with that, I would like to say that this podcast is sponsored by Best Dad Media. Thank you for providing the lighting today. We really appreciate it.
I would have
And-
brought more, but I didn't want to be overkill and make it be like super overproduced. And your first episode, I mean, I thought about like texting you today and be like, "Hey, do I need to bring cameras?" And make your first episode just a banger,
Dude,
and then-
I thought about that and I was like, no, because like first episode can't be looking fire, and then the second one is like,
With the
so,
phone.
like, what happened? Yeah, no. So I want people to see the growth with me as I grow and learn and upgrade, or just stop. Maybe it's like, well, it's really not getting
That
this,
was a good
but
run.
yeah, it was a good try. You started a podcast on a whim, but I feel like I'm already finding a lot of cool people that I think would be fun to bring on. Like, for example, we were at Waffle House before the podcast, Elizabeth and I, and
great choice, I guess.
the cook was like, dude, honestly, Waffle House kind of slaps. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we
bro."
went there recently as well.
And it hits.
Yeah.
And it was like, dude, the first time I went to Waffle House in like years, I was so hungry, and I love breakfast. And I got double hash browns with like 4 or 5 different addings and like the whole meal and a coffee. And my bill was like $11.15.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, here's a 20. Thank
Budget
you.
friendly.
Bro, let's
Budget
go.
friendly.
Yeah. But the cook at Waffle House was like, man, I just really like cooking. I'm good at cooking. I think I'm going to start a TikTok. And he was like, yeah, I can make a 5-egg omelet with 2 eggs. And I was like,
It's math.
yo, this guy, he's going to be on the podcast one day. I'm going to make sure I return to that Waffle House. I'm going to get him. Okay?
Everybody's got a story.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a story. We cracking the Alani's?
We cracking the Alani's. Let's go.
man.
I
You
can't
got
believe
the
we waited
juicy
this long.
peach. I got
This
the
is
cherry
not a
bomb.
paid advertisement. Juicy peach.
Cherry bomb.
Ooh.
I'm not a huge
cherry
Alani
bomb.
fan. Actually, I don't like energy drinks, but this new Alani cherry bomb,
Oh.
it's fire.
I love Alani. I avoided them for so long, and once I had like the first one, I was done.
So does my partner. She loves.
I know
her
she
some
does.
Alani.
I know she does because I'll have an Alani in my pocket and I'll be feeling like insecure about it because energy drinks, whatever, and then Amanda will crack out an Alani and I'm like, let's go.
Yeah. If you need an Alani partner, it's Amanda. For
Yeah,
sure.
dude, she's always down to crack an Alani, dude.
We always have a lot in our fridge.
I love that. I love that. I should start doing that. I'd probably save some dollars if I did that. But anyways, I know that photography has been kind of more your primary focus lately. But you started out with video, right?
Yeah. I've been doing video for like 15 years. It feels like now.
Yeah. What
Long time.
what made you decide to pursue the camera arts?
Oh wow, we're gonna go there. Okay, so the camera art started in I was working for a church, actually, and I was kind of the creative artist at a church, and the pastor said, "Hey, I need you to make me a video," and I had no clue what I was doing.
That's hilarious.
But I did it. It was like I ripped some footage from. I don't know if I've ever told the fully, but
Take your time.
I don't know if I've ever told this fully, but I ripped footage from like a Captain America movie. And like I had this
What?
video playing and it was like Captain America running through the woods and like I illegally ripped all the, and I'm working for a church and like I didn't know anything about like copyright laws or making a video. I didn't know anything. So like I just did what I knew how to do, and
Yeah.
I ripped footage from a Captain America movie and like made this video about Captain America. I don't even know how it pertains to Jesus or anything. But
I'm trying to
did.
figure out.
it did. But this has been like 15 years ago, and then
Is it accessible? Can we find it on the internet?
No, you cannot find this on the internet. I wish you could because it was still like I still did like. It was horrible, actually. I didn't do a good job at all. It was horrible. It had like cheesy fonts on it. The logo I designed at the end was like a Captain America shield, but it had a cross instead of a star. And that was actually, I think, pretty cool looking, but it was cheesy. And I don't know. So after that, people were like, "Oh, you make videos?"
That's
Like,
Did you even film anything, or did you
I
just
didn't
take
film
snippets
anything.
of?
I only illegally ripped footage from
Amazing.
Captain America.
Fantastic.
And then
Oh, so
people
you
were
do
like, "Oh, you should do
videos."
videos." So then somehow
Yes,
I became
do.
their video guy. But when I got a camera in my hand, like so much stuff made sense. I consider myself an artist, and I have my whole life.
Yeah.
I grew up drawing and painting and textiles. Anything I get my hand on, I enjoy doing, but I never had like my niche of artistry that I was like, okay, this is what I'm really passionate about. I was just kind of good at like any type of art kind of thing.
No, yeah. As a kid, it's crazy because I didn't know that you didn't consider drawing like a niche for you. Because
Yeah.
from my perspective, who can't draw for shit, I was like, he is amazing. Like, I still see that pointillism, right? Is what it's
Yeah,
called.
yeah.
That pointillism drawing of your mom, like, mind blowing.
Thank you.
I could never do that.
Yeah, art like was my escape, was my everything growing up. But then when I got a camera in my hand, like so much more made sense. It was like, this is so much more comfortable than a pencil ever was. This is more comfortable than a paintbrush ever could be. And I don't know. I just like literally fell in love with the camera and started learning. That church afforded me an opportunity to learn, and they facilitated that, and they let me basically like 2 hours a day. I would just spend learning every day, learning about cameras, learning YouTube University. Everything's on there, and
Yeah.
I would take classes basically on YouTube, take notes, and try it out in real time. And if I wanted to learn how to make a black background, then I'm YouTubing it, and then I'm trying it out in real time, and they let me do that. They let me play and learn, and I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. No, so but it was like when you were doing YouTube Academy at this time, that was for video.
It was
Or
for video.
like you were you even experimenting with photos or like
So a little bit, because like, you know, when you have a camera, like, and I had one that did both
Right.
well.
Right.
So a hybrid camera at the time, and it was a Canon Mark II, and then I had a Canon 60D, and those are just numbers and letters, but people that know what they are can look them up. But I had those cameras, and so I would take photos, but literally until 2 years ago, I would never have considered myself a photographer.
Yeah.
I was always just a videographer. And
You said 2 years ago?
Yeah, about 2 years ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I took photos up until then, but I never...
Yeah, you said videographer. You were a videographer who did photos on the side.
Yeah. If even that, if I would even promote myself as that, because I was never comfortable or confident in my photo ability. And then 2 years ago, we opened up Best Dad Studios.
Yes.
And or 2.5
Congrats.
years ago, there somewhere around there. It was in October, and when we did that, I was like, I have a studio space. Maybe I should start studio photography.
Yeah.
And when I did that, it was like video all over again. It was like discovering video for the first time. It was like, holy crap, this is so much fun. Opened up this new world, and now I would definitely consider myself a studio portrait photographer.
Yeah, and you took on like the mentor and
Purchased a mentor, and
purchased a mentor.
You know, I did it.
Will you be my mentor?
Like,
I have money.
Yeah. Will you be my mentor? I have money, please. That was kind of what I did, and found somebody that I really respected them as a photographer, and really like looked up to who they were. Shout out Danisha McCauley.
Yeah.
And I thought she was amazing. Her work was amazing. She can edit in a way that doesn't take away from the person, and I wanted to learn how to light and how to edit like that. And so she would actually come to my studio and teach me in my space and with my lights and my
No, that's
gear,
great.
and that was super cool. And we did that for many months, and then now, you know, now I'm at a point where I kind of want to. I'm teaching a lighting class coming up. I kind of want to maybe get a mentee of my own. Like, I feel pretty confident in what I'm doing, and for the first time, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm a photographer. Yeah, this is who I am.
Yeah.
I do video too. I'm still a videographer, but I'm almost like a photographer first now. Like I love that so much.
It's more the identity. So that was going to be my next question is now that you are fluent in both, do you have a preference?
I think video is so much more time consuming.
100%.
Like projects are so much bigger, and I get overwhelmed easier a little bit with video projects sometimes, and so in the videos that I like doing are harder to do. I like doing like documentary style work.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit harder to tell those stories and to do it well, and finding clients doing that is a lot harder. So for all those reasons, I think like I enjoy photography.
Yeah.
I'm able to like create more freely. I do a lot of creative work that's not paid, and I'm able to work with some great models, great designers, great other artists. You know, I'm able to pull you and your partner in and do stuff. And it's so much fun to me just to be able to create out of the love of creating. And right now I'm doing that more with photography.
Yeah, and like I loved the other day. Like I know, like we did this shoot, Implying Power, and it was really goofy and
really goofy.
If I can figure out how to edit it in, you know, I'm gonna show the photos. I know I was low key gonna like try to talk you into showing me some editing stuff, because I tried, and there's just a small step that I'm missing somewhere, but we'll talk.
But we need to edit those photos in of power. That's what it was. Power and lighting and or something else.
It was
something
like
else.
a portrait implying power,
Yep.
and then it said high contrast lighting,
High contrast lighting.
which I think we abandoned the lighting at one point.
We did abandon the lighting eventually because I was like, no, this needs to be more. We need more lighting.
Well, and it was like in like the high contrast lighting, I felt like was much more suited to like your stereotypical like power, strong.
Yeah.
And we took a different approach to
definitely took a
implying
different approach.
power that I personally thought was really fun. But the high contrast just didn't suit.
Yeah, it didn't suit anymore, so we needed more of an animated approach.
Yeah. But it was a blast. I love that about making photos is like, if you're just like open to whatever, like, I don't know, like, who cares? It's a photo. Is it fun? Do you get the like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, who cares? We do care.
Yeah,
but you can take a good photo with nothing but a camera.
I had no expectations of ever posting any of those because we were just creating just to create, just for the sake of creating. But we ended up getting a couple bangers out of it.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, it was banger after banger after banger. I would have, if you worked for me, I'd have been like, edit all of them.
Edit all of these because they're all bangers. That's so fun.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, since we already brought up the studio, how do you want to tell us how you came up with the name Best Dad Media?
So the hat. I mean, you can see the hat.
The hat came first.
The hat came first. What came first, the chicken or the egg? The hat came first. So I've been rocking this hat now for, I mean, probably like 10 years or something like that. And when I first started, I mean, if you really want me to like, it depends on where you want to take this podcast. But if you want me to go deep,
let's go wherever you want to go, dude.
Like, I was going through like a really dark time in my life. I just went through a divorce. I just lost my job, all because of like things that I did that were stupid.
Yeah.
And I was just hated myself basically, and was going through like a really dark time where I really just was beating myself up for being just kind of a shitty human, for lack of better words. I didn't like who I was when I looked in the mirror anymore. Yeah. And I kind of wanted to give up. I was driving home late one night, and I really wanted to give up on everything and just I don't know what that means. I don't know if I was like suicidal for like, I don't know. But I know that I really wanted to give up on everything. And I'd never felt that like low before in my life. And I was crying in my car, and I thought, I still have two things. And I don't know where this thought came in, but I have two things. I have my kids and I have my camera. And like, I can't really give up on my kids. So maybe if I take this next year of my life and I just focus on what I do know, my kids and my job, or my camera, because I didn't have a job at the time. But if I like really focus on those two things, and we'll see what happens. So I put on the hat, Best Dad, as a reminder to myself to be the best dad that I could be, and to be this reminder for me for the next year of what I was going to do, right? So the hat was just a reminder at first. A reminder to keep going, a reminder to be the best dad I could be, a reminder for to be the best cameraman that I could be too. Like, it was just a reminder of what I did that night in the car, that decision that I made that night in the car. So I kept wearing it as a reminder to myself, and then people started recognizing me in the hat.
Yeah.
They started saying like, "Oh, here's the best dad," or I get comments all the time whenever I wear it out in public by other dads, usually white men that are like, "Hey, I thought I was the best dad." That's usually, or "Hey, you're wearing my hat." And I'm like, "No, this is actually my hat. I paid for it."
I got like 10 of them.
I don't know what you're saying, but yeah, I have 10 of them. So people started recognizing me in it, and then I got a post, a rapper actually. I'm not gonna name who the rapper was. I really don't align with the person anymore. But
Sure. You don't have to.
They tagged me and said, "Video done by the best dad. And the way that they tagged me, I was like, man, that's a brand.
Boom.
Like, I've been living this anyways. Like, I'm not saying I am the best dad. Because remember,
No.
it's always just been a reminder to myself to be the best dad that I can be to my 2 kids. So, like, I don't like shirts and stuff that say best dad ever. Because
Yeah.
I'm not the best dad ever. I don't even really like it to say the best dad. I'm just best dad. Like, that's just, that's what I've been living ever since that night, and that's what I've tried to live. I tell my kids all the time, I'll take off the hat if you want me to, like if I'm not living up to the expectations, but to my 2 kids, I just try to be the best dad, and that turned into a brand, which turned into a studio, and that's just kind of who we are. We're Best Dad Media, Best Dad Studios.
And I love that too, because I know that like I am my best self, both like mentally and just all around well-rounded whenever I'm doing something well that I'm proud of. Like whenever I create something that I love and I'm like proud of and want to show people, I feel like my best self. And that makes my mental health a lot better, which I imagine for someone who's striving to be best dad to his kids, excelling at being a dad and excelling at what defines you, that's the way to be the best dad. You gotta have balance still. And you are a great dad. Your kids adore you, and your kids are cool.
They are
So
cool kids.
they're super cool
definitely
kids.
Cool kids.
Yeah,
we're blessed.
Yeah,
cool
dude.
kids.
Yeah.
And another thing being that ended up working out like that year, obviously. Like I'm here now. I ended up going further in my career. I ended up establishing, I'm in therapy now, so I'm not at that low point anymore. I'm much better now. So I just wanted to say that like I was low then and things were kind of bad, but I ended up through a lot of self-reflection and self-healing and therapy and medication even, I ended up I'm kind of at the best point of my life now where in therapy I'm just like I just want my business to grow more. That's kind of what do you want to work on? Like I want my business to grow more. That would
sure.
Like that's kind of like not saying that I'm perfect by any means, and I still have plenty to work on in therapy, but like I joke and say like now if you could just make my business grow, I think I'd be healed. But
I wasn't gonna bring up therapy, but since you did, how awesome is it?
I love it.
I
put it off for a very long time.
Same.
And there was a lot of self-healing I feel like that I had to do first before I could even get to a place of therapy. I had to be broken a lot, and I don't think my ex-wife called me a narcissist. I don't think I was that, but I definitely had too high self of like I don't know what I was back then, but I had to break down a whole lot in order to even come to a place where I could heal, if that makes sense.
Totally. Yeah. And I think something that really helped me is like, things that like, as we grow up and as we improve ourselves, if we're doing it by ourselves, you're the only one really holding yourself accountable. And this might not be relevant for you. This is just my experience. But then getting into therapy and it being like, so how did you respond to conflict this week? And it's like, I got to be like, not very well. And they're like, what did we talk about? Like not quite like that, but and it's like someone not only giving you advice on ways to handle stuff, they're also in a way holding you accountable, and you're not going to get in trouble with them, but you do have to look them in the eyes and be like, yeah, I'm an idiot.
Like I'm not working on that, or that to me that's been one of the hardest parts of therapy is having to go in and be like, no, I didn't work on that this week. Like
totally.
Like I really last night my therapist wanted to take therapy to a place that I didn't want to go because I was too tired, and it was just this session that just like I felt horrible though because I'm like, no, we can't take it there. Like I really
just
want to
don't
go to
wanna.
sleep.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. I think that's okay. But it's good that your therapist is trying to, take it to places. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, she told
inspire
me this year is
conversations.
going to be a different year. We kind of
Good.
were going lax into last year, and
The
she
intro's
said, no
over.
more, no
Yeah.
more. We're going to take it hard
We're
this
comfortable.
year. Yeah.
We have that. We have that trust. We have that vulnerability. I tell my therapist all the time. I'm like, you can tell me to shut up.
Really?
And yeah, I kind
I
of
don't
like
talk that much.
uh
I don't. My therapist probably talks more than I do.
like my therapist is amazing, but every now and then I'll talk, but like I just my therapist speaks like we can't even go down this rabbit hole. Try therapy. It's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
If you don't find a therapist that you like, know that there's more out there, and it is worth it once you find them. So you've won awards for many other projects. Yeah, let's get back to where we started. You've won awards for videos that you've done, such as "I Love You, but Not Like I Love Myself." I know that you've been put in several magazines, featured in several magazines. You may have won other awards that I'm not familiar of. But regardless, do you feel imposter syndrome at all, or does it feel like something
All the
like
time.
yeah?
When,
No, for sure.
when I made Illy Benilium, or I Love You But Not Like I Love Me,
Yeah, which is amazing. By the way.
Robin G, who's the poet that I worked with for that film, we would look at each other all the time and just be like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, are we really doing this? Like, are we really putting together like this type of film? And it had its hurdles along the way, but then in the end, even when we put it out and we're doing red carpet premieres at Speed Art Museum and at Kentucky Center for the Arts and at these other places, were like, or Kentucky Performing Arts Center, I think.
It was.
Was that where it was?
Or the Kentucky Center of the Arts. Yeah,
So
I think
I want to get that right.
Yeah. Kentucky.
So when we're doing premieres at these places, we were still looking at each other like backstage, like sold out premieres, and like we're like, what are we doing?
Like they know it's just us, right?
Yeah,
Why did so many people buy tickets?
And then I think you came and saw it twice.
I did,
in,
yeah.
In premieres.
I
So
cried both times.
it was so then we submitted it to a couple film awards, and we won both times that we submitted it. The first being a Davy Award, and then the second being a Telly Award, which was Tellys are pretty big in my world, and that was a big one. Both of them meant a lot. Like both of them were huge. We did photo shoots with both of them. We put back on our red carpet attire,
Yeah.
and our suits and dresses, and we did photo shoots, and it was like, wow. But at the same time, the whole time being like, did we really do this?
Yeah.
But then at the same time, kind of thinking like, what's next?
Totally. Dude, no, honestly, I am also like, what's next? I'm like, please, you guys have to make a like Robin G. I know
Yeah.
you got something. Like,
Yeah,
let's go.
we've talked.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
We've talked about what's next, and there's
Yeah.
some ideas going around, and I think this one's gonna be even bigger and better if we do like a part 2. It won't be Illy Benilium or part 2, but if we do another project, or when we do another project, it's going to be bigger and better. We're gonna be in different places. We learned a ton. I watch Illy Benilium now, and I'm just like, oh, I wish I would have done this there. I wish I would have done this there.
Sure.
Like, there's so much in that film that could have elevated it even more, but it was perfect for what it was.
And I think that like that's kind of how I'm approaching this podcast is like, I'm sure this first episode, there's going to be a lot that could have been better.
Yeah.
And like, even like the setting, like the setup here and the lighting. And I told you, I was like, I was feeling ready, like so ready, like a week ago. And then last night, I'm like looking at everything and I'm like, I'm not ready.
I'm not ready.
And I was just like, you know what? It's fine. First off, nobody has to ever see this.
That's number one. Is it doesn't have to air.
Nobody has to see this. And two, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I've never produced anything. I've never, like, you're gonna help me figure out how to edit the videos whenever we're done. But like that's fine. That's fine.
Just do it.
And like, yeah, and continuing to make art and to create as you grow, your growth is gonna be reflected.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool.
Really
I think
cool.
That's really
and
cool.
People will be able to, the people that are there in the beginning will be fortunate enough to watch that growth.
Yeah.
And see it, and that'll be really cool as well.
And people who find you later, if they dive back into some of your old work, will be able to see it too. They're like, wow, like that's how far he's come, like
everybody starts somewhere.
Yeah. Man, what's been your favorite photo shoot so far, and what made it special?
My favorite photo shoot, so we've talked about video, which video was Illy Benillium. It's probably one of my favorite projects that I've worked on.
Yeah,
but photo shoot wise, I have so much fun. We do something, me and you and our partners do something we call Creative Tuesdays, and our very first Creative Tuesday, we brought in plants and we did the lampshade.
Yes.
And that is one of my favorite photo shoots that'll go down in history as like one of my favorite photo shoots that we've done. And it was our first Creative Tuesday with the lampshade.
Yeah, I loved that shoot. I remember so like I was like, seasonal depression. We were talking about like creative, whatever, being able to do the photo shoots so easily. And when we started it, I was like in a funk, not only just with life, but also like a creative funk. I would like go to my stained glass studio and just like look at it.
Yeah.
And like, I'd be like, man, I don't even want to like, and I just like needed something. And I kind of, like, I felt like we were all kind of there. Like, I know that, like, you were like, I'll work slow. And, like, we all just, like, needed to create something. And I was also very broke at the time, too. So I think I was a little bit more passionate than anybody else about making it as low budget as possible. Let's do it with stuff that we already have. And like, I believe that we can make magic. And I remember when we got together to discuss the idea, I was like, I really like this lampshade one. And you guys were like kind of skeptic at first. And I was like, wait, let me go grab this lampshade.
Usually are whenever you have an idea, I think.
There's a little bit of truth to that, but I think like once I'm not good at describing, like painting that picture for you to see. I like have to just show you.
Yeah.
Like what's happening inside of my head. Are you cold, by the way?
No, I'm good.
You are? Is that heater on?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh man, my toes are cold. It's okay though. But I was like, wait, no, you gotta see this lampshade. And I ran downstairs and grabbed it. And when I walked up, and we're going to show you guys those photos as well. I guess I didn't have to say that because you'll be seeing them now. But
pop them here.
Pop them here, and there, and here, or maybe over there. Who knows? We'll see later. I pulled it up, and you guys were like, yeah, let's do the lampshade. That's pretty cool, dude. And yeah, no, it was a blast. And we tried some other concepts too. For me, it's like, it's hard for me. If I was an actor, I would be typecasted for sure. Like I can't go in and be that like dramatic, serious, tough guy. Like I could play some goofball probably and be great. But like you want me to be in like some serious movie? I don't know. I'm gonna be crying the whole time probably because you get me in a sad movie. I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh. Maybe not. I don't know.
What does this have to do with the pictures?
Oh, because the other concepts that we were trying with the lampshade were more serious. We're more serious, more like, ooh, look at me.
I was gonna say what we ended up with was like, so we just took the lampshade, we added some plants, and we came up with some concepts, and we shot, and what we ended up with was like some of my first photos that I've ever taken that I was like, that's art.
Really?
Like that? It's like
it's not a portrait. It's beyond portrait. It's
beyond a portrait. Like somebody could blow that up because there's a story there. There's something there. You were wearing the lampshade on your head, I think, and like lighting a joint. And
at one point that just happened.
And it was like, I mean, the picture, that's what they're gonna see on the picture. So, but it was like, man, that's art. That's different than just taking a portrait of somebody in a studio. We created art. And I think that's what we started doing with Creative Tuesdays, where we were like, how can we take and do more than just portrait photography? How can we elevate this to like try to make pieces of art with the portraits that we're taking?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was neat. So I think that's why that shoot's like one of my favorites, because it kind of opened up that
sparked
portal.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm really into it. I could get like weird with it. Like I could.
I mean, and that takes us back to this last photo shoot that we did with. They've already seen the pictures but like the basketball. You pumping up the basketball again.
Yeah.
When we took the photos, like I edited them, I'm like, again, in a way, this is art. Like,
bro, do you want to tell them what happened? We pulled the cards, and I was like, I had some ideas, and I knew they were going to be in the shed. The two ideas that came to mind that I knew you had. So I ran out to the shed. You guys were all like in the studio, just like gabbing, playing some music, whatever. I don't know what y'all were doing. But I went and started grabbing supplies, and I came back with a few ideas, but I saved what I thought was the best for last. And I was like, nothing says power like a boy in his caulk. and then I pulled out the ball pump, and you were like, what? Do you even know what power means? And you were like, Alexa, define power. And she said something along the lines of like, the act of completing a task, finishing something that you are proud of. Or like, I can't remember.
Yeah,
like,
it was something
but it was like,
those
I
lines,
literally
though.
felt like she was giving a poetic explanation of like a poetic description of pumping a ball. And I was like, so we're doing it?
Yeah, Amanda was like, yeah, sounds like power to me.
Yeah, dude. And banger after banger, dude. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy those photos as well.
Being fun.
What's your biggest motivation as a photographer? And is there a message that you hope people take away from your work?
My biggest motivation, I think, is just creating better work. I want it to be better. I see my work that I've done.
Never
I
stop
see how
learning.
much I've grown. Like, you know, since getting a mentor, and even since having a mentor, like I've seen my confidence level raise, and now I'm like, okay, well, how do I get better?
Yeah.
How do I get better at this? How do I get better? How do I become a better videographer too? How do I translate what I'm learning in photography into video? Like what I'm learning about studio portraits, how do I help that, you know, it's helped me with lighting. So,
yeah. And I think, because you have gotten better and you are a beast. I mean, I hope everybody agrees. I feel like if anyone saw your work, they would have a hard time arguing that. But a challenge that I know that you face, because we were talking about it earlier, is like getting people to see it. How do you get mixed into someone else's algorithm? Like what?
it's hard.
It's weird. And then like people don't like stuff either, and it's like even if they like it, they don't physically like it on
Yeah, or they don't
Instagram
share
or
it,
they don't,
or
yeah.
I find with like Instagram, unless I post pictures of me, they don't do any good. I don't know. They just get lost in the algorithm. And if my language has any type of salesy pitch to it at all, then it definitely doesn't get pushed at all.
Because they want you to pay
They
want you to
I
pay
guess.
for that boost
So,
or whatever.
and then, but if I post pictures of me on Instagram, they do pretty good. And then our TikTok somehow, I was trying to post content every day, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna post content every day. And one of the ways I knew how to post content every day is if I did a dad joke
Yeah,
every day. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to do a dad joke every day amongst other postings, because you have to post multiple times multiple times a day for TikTok to, to feed the algorithm, whatever. So I'm posting multiple times a day. I'm posting photography content and I'm posting a dad joke. Well, I ran out. I wasn't able to come up with that much photography content like every day. And like, it wears you out. But I still was able to come up with a dad joke every day. Like, that's pretty easy. I record them in batch. I record like 10 at a time. It takes me about an hour to record, edit, and do all of that. And then I have all of these dad jokes. So I just continued that. Somehow I'm on like day 124. I've done that every day. I've been consistent. I posted on Christmas. I posted on New Year's. I posted like, unfortunately through death, I've posted like a dad joke every day consistently for 124 days. But now my TikTok is just a dad joke TikTok. Like, it's no longer, if you click it, it says like best dad media photographer, videographer. But then when you see it, it's just dad jokes for like days.
You're not putting anything else on TikTok?
I'm not putting anything else on there anymore.
Because it's all just videos, right?
It's all just dad joke videos. And when I do post, like, they get like, anywhere from like 1,000, 2,000 views, but I have like a few faithful fans that like love them will heart them every day and comment every day.
Oh my God, I love that.
And then I have but if I post like photography content now, it doesn't get pushed at all because my algorithm is dad jokes.
That's so funny. You're just popping up in like corny white dudes feeds all day. That's it. That's it.
I get these comments where people are like, "Oh, that one's a knee slapper." Like,
I mean, it's on brand,
Yeah, it is on brand. So, it's tough coming up with these dad jokes every day. Like, 124 of them. My therapist last night was like, maybe you should start doing all photography dad jokes. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. How did I come up with that many dad jokes?
Yeah, I'm even like wondering like how many more could there possibly be
How many
out
more
there?
could there be?
You need to
I'm running low, dude. I just got a calendar for Christmas. Like half of them I've already done. Like I'm like pulling off days. I'm like, yep, I've already done that one. And you don't want repeats. I've actually done a repeat one day and I got called out.
That's
a fan.
one of the faithful fans were like, that's not why we tune in. We don't tune in to hear the same joke.
You're like, what the crap?
Okay.
So yeah, I'm running low. So if anybody watching this has some dad jokes that they want to send me, send them in.
I have a book somewhere. I think I know where it is that I thought about the other day that I want to like let you borrow. I've had it since I was like a small child. Like I remember having this book like before I could read, and I was so excited to learn to read so that I could read this book of jokes.
Yeah.
And it's got like a mouse on it with a piece of cheese, and it's like a bunch of cheesy jokes.
Wow.
And I don't know that it'll give you some good content.
There may be some bangers in
and it's also old too, so we might get some dad jokes from another time, you know?
I had a joke book as a kid, and I still remember there was a riddle in it that said, way down south where bananas grow, a grasshopper stepped on an elephant's toe. The elephant cried with tears in his eyes, hey, why don't you pick on someone your own size? I don't know why I still remember that, but it was in a joke book I had as a kid.
That's pretty good. That's impressive that you remembered that.
I remember the whole riddle.
Or
the whole rhyme.
So, one question that I did want to ask because, I see how good of a dad you are, and I know that you face unique challenges. So, as a white father to black children, what challenges have you faced, and how have you learned to navigate them personally and publicly? You don't have to talk about all the challenges. But if there was one that stuck out, like
Yeah, I think, it's tough, like, to, I want, one of the things that I want more than anything is I want my kids to, like, be proud of their blackness.
yeah,
And that's very hard to, like, for me to teach.
yeah,
And like, but I was actually on a phone conversation today with an old friend who is very heavy in like, or what is very heavy in like activism
cool.
and black pride and like black power and very,
Is it someone I
um,
know?
I don't know. I don't know.
If you don't know, then probably not.
But very heavy in that world. And now they live in New York, and we hadn't talked in a few years. And one of the questions they asked me was, they said, "Is Levi dating?" And I said, "Yes." And they said, "Is he dating a black girl?" And I said, "Well, no, actually, his girlfriend's white now." And they said, "Well, have you had the conversation with them about like what it's like to explore like?" And like I haven't had a conversation about like race and dating and anything like that or anything with Levi. Like I don't and they started asking about like other conversations that I could have that I haven't had, and it was eye opening in a way that like, when they lived here, when they would call me out on stuff frequently about ways that I was parenting, and it was a lot easier.
That they would see in person,
But
or
they would
like
see in person and be
okay.
able to call me out and say like, "Hey."
Did y'all go to like church together or something?
No, they were
or-
just good friends.
Oh, good for okay.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
okay.
And they would call me out and be able to say things like in a positive way about how I was raising black kids being a white man. And so having now, I don't have as good of like, I'm very sheltered now. Like I just don't go out as much. I don't like put myself
Small
out there.
circle.
Yeah, I have a very small circle, and right now I don't have that influence speaking it on my life as much as I used to. But I think like one of the largest things that I had to navigate was like the death of Breonna Taylor, and
Yeah.
and walking through that with my kids, as a white man. And like I didn't want Levi was still kind of young, but he was getting to the age to where like I thought one day Levi's going to look back. He's going to learn about this in school. He's going to hear about this. Like this is a large deal. And this was
He was like 11.
11 or 12. And this was like day one of the protests. And I'm thinking like Levi's going to see this and he's going to say, "Dad, what did you do? Like as a white man, like what did you ever do for like to help black people? Like what did you ever like, who are you?" kind of questions. And I thought like if he asked me those questions, what have I done? Like who am I? Like what have I like the only thing I ever did was do wrong by his mom, the one like the only black woman in our life, like so what have I done?
Right.
And I had to like think about it. I had friends. That same friend that I had the phone conversation with was down in the protests and was getting tear gassed and shot at with rubber bullets, and I had to watch it on Facebook Live and things like that. And so day two, I thought like, okay, I know where I need to be. I need to go down there and put myself in a position of just being there and helping in any way that I can.
Yeah.
I didn't take my camera at first. I just wanted to go be support. And my role ended up quickly being just a white body that would go in between primarily black females while they spoke to police officers or while they spoke to people. I would kind of be like a shield in between them to allow them to, they felt, I guess, emboldened to be behind someone because they didn't know what could happen. Especially as they spoke to officers or things like that. So I found myself like being in positions like that and just saying like, "Hey, like I'm here, I'll do whatever you need me to do." And then people said, "Hey, I need you to bring your camera. I need you to document some of this stuff. I need you to take pictures." And
But you were asked by one of the BLM leaders.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
that's awesome.
So I did not ever document unless I had black leadership telling me to document.
Right.
Shout out to like Attica Scott and Hannah Drake and Shamika Parrish Wright, who's running for mayor right now. Sorry, shameless plug. But shout out to her.
It's okay.
Like leaders like that were like, hey, we need you. We need you to bring your camera. We need you to document this stuff. We need you to tell these stories.
Yeah.
And so I started telling stories. And one of the biggest ones that, I don't know how we got on this, but one of the biggest ones was I asked people just, why are you here? I asked 50 people, why are you here protesting? It ended up being called Voices of the Movement. It's still online.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
But 50 different stories of people just saying, like, I am here because... And it was very eye-opening because everybody had a different reason.
Yeah.
And I said, I know you're here for Breonna Taylor, but why are you personally out here every day protesting? And so navigating that was, I think, one of the more challenging roles. But I think that, like, through it, I was able to have conversations. It opened my eyes to so much. I learned so much, continuing to learn so much as a white man on how to not be so white, I guess, and just like not just, you know, the things that are wrong with the world, just learning a lot about that and inequality and all of that. So I think navigating all of that has been a huge struggle for me and just, I don't know.
Yeah. Cause I guess, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but in some ways, you know, you have to be a father to your children, but in some scenarios and some life circumstances, you have to be more of an ally.
Yeah.
You can't father him in this way. You can just support him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's beautiful, man.
It is. It's exactly like, you know, I have to let him be him, and then I have to support him. And I think, you know, we did right by, like, we put him in, he goes to a high school that's very like pro blackness and like it's all male, and it's very, they teach black history and in the correct ways. And so he gets to learn that. I think that's really beneficial and really, you know, does something that I can't do.
And he has that provides like powerful black people in his life.
Powerful black men in his life.
Yeah, no, and that's great, man. Yeah, no, I mean,
he also has an amazing stepdad.
So I love
man.
I love him.
So I mean, shout out to both his mom and his stepdad, or both.
Yeah.
Great black people. So they great people. But I meant like great like
influence, great
black influence.
Yes. Sorry, for sure.
The way it came out did sound like great black people. I don't know, but great black influence in his life.
Yeah,
that he's able to look up to,
and he seems like he does really like You know, I hope this isn't weird to say, but I really feel like Levi loves and respects his stepdad. And I think that's cool because his stepdad's really cool and really great guy. So
I'm happy that, I mean, as a dad, you want, like, there's nothing you want more than if you've been divorced, then that's like the number one thing I wanted in life was like and I had no doubt that their mom would bring in, you know, I had no doubt that it'd be a great guy.
Yeah.
But for it to be someone that I see show up to all the basketball games, someone that shows up regularly in their life and is a good influence on them, like, it's like, wow. Yeah. I'm blessed because my kids get all of it good.
Yeah, no, I mean, and they deserve it too because they're such good kids.
Such good kids.
I love them. Man, I was going to kind of skip this, but I feel like this kind of segues into it pretty well. I know that you were on Oprah as a child, and then recognized later as a creator and activist for some of that videography work that you were talking about during the Breonna Taylor protest. One, Did she remember you at all?
No, like
I didn't think so.
Yeah, I was on the Oprah show as an 11-year-old little awkward kid, and then for my mom.
You had the thickest country accent.
I did.
It was
I probably
adorable.
Still do. When I heard myself, so I'm on Oprah, and then we watch it. I'm in a room full of people, and it was one of the like I've never like been like like it was the most taken aback moment, out of body experience, because I'm like, do I really sound like this?
It's always weird to hear yourself for the first time, especially.
And that was like the first time in my life, and I'm like seeing it like it's being on national television. I'm in a room full of people, and I'm embarrassed. Like all of a sudden, like did I sound like this country boy from Fairdale, Kentucky? That I didn't think I had an accent.
Oh, it was thick, brother. It was thick.
So I'm on Oprah. Because my mom was an AIDS activist growing up, and so I'm on Oprah for that. And then, yeah. However many years later, I'm involved in the Breonna Taylor protests, and Oprah's looking for a local videographer to shoot some work here in the city, and people reached out to me. And of course, I was ecstatic. Like I get to work for Oprah.
Yeah.
Like Oprah.
Yeah,
Winfrey.
that's wild.
Like. So it was definitely a full circle moment, and I shot the work for her.
Sick.
And she ended up not liking it at first.
What? Really?
So yeah.
Oh no.
The team came back and they were like, "Hey,
run it back.
Oprah doesn't like the music you picked." And I'm like, "Oh, I've never told this story."
That's
like, in a public forum. So they're like, "Oprah doesn't like the music you picked." I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, well, do y'all have any suggestions? Like, which direction should I take this? And they're like, she's thinking of, and they say, like a copyrighted song. And I'm like, why? I can't do that. I can't use copyrighted music. I'm like, well, and I'm like writing back, and I'm like, well, maybe Oprah can. But,
Yeah. Oprah can.
Oprah, but
she gonna have to go buy that patent because I don't have the front cash. Yeah.
So I'm like, I can't use a song like that. So I can try to like find something similar. So like I try to find something similar to like the vein of what they want, and I send it back, and they're like, yeah, that's not good either. And I'm like, well, I don't know what to do, guys. Like I'm kind of stuck like on the music to go with this video. And so they end up writing back, and they're like, Oprah's going to do a voiceover. And I'm like,
amazing.
I'm like, well, yeah, that's what it needs for sure.
Did you get to record her?
No. They send me the voiceover. We put the voiceover with some music, and it ends up being a great video. That's what it needed. Like it needed Oprah's voice on it the whole time, because before that, the video almost didn't even make sense. Like you were seeing, it was about, she put up billboards, one for every year of Breonna Taylor's life in the city, and calling for justice, and she wanted me to record these billboards being put up. Yeah. Well, it didn't really make sense, just a video of billboards being put up in the city, and there were some cool time lapses, and there's one where a bird flies onto the billboard, and it was a really beautiful video, but it didn't really make sense.
What was the song?
I don't remember. It was just a copyright-free music.
Okay. Okay. It was just like a audio track.
Yeah.
Like there was no vocals.
Yeah, no vocals.
Okay.
It was just, and then the final product was just Oprah talking, audio track, like some nice like classical music, I think, something like that. And it was Oprah talking, and you could see the footage, but that ended up making the video better because my video had Oprah talking on it, which is like way cooler.
Yeah.
Than just another video.
How did it feel like syncing up Oprah's voice with the video? Like you're just like, so this cool. Is like I am editing Oprah's voice for Oprah right now.
And they sent me
that's pretty wild.
They sent me a link that had like all of like Oprah's logos, like all of her color palette, the fonts that I would have to use if I put fonts on it. Like it had like all of Oprah's branding. It was like her branding website, and I got to like that was like really cool for me too, because I'm like, wow, I'm like inside the world of Oprah.
Yeah, dude. Now, you're a part of her team at this point. You have access to Oprah stuff.
Access.
Yeah.
So that was definitely really cool. One of the coolest experiences of my life, just being in that moment, full circle, like as
Yeah.
a kid being on her show to then later on being able to work for her. And I wish that I could meet her again. I'd give her a big old hug.
That's so cool. You know, if you ever talk to her again, you should ask her if she could make like a short audio recording that's just like, "Good night, Zachary.
Okay, I'll try.
You are so strong. You can do anything you put your mind to." Just a little positive affirmations, to put me to sleep.
No positive affirmations from Oprah.
Uh-huh.
That did us all good.
Yeah, dude. Man, what's the hardest part about being a small business owner that people don't usually see?
Just finding and maintaining like loyal customers.
Yeah.
Like business right now in our world, everything, media is just included,
Yeah.
but everywhere you can find it faster. Local coffee shops, well, now they're putting up 1 million Dutch Bros and 7 Brews, and they're quicker, they're cheaper.
Yeah.
And that's with everything. So it trickles down to me, people, AI is a thing, like, it impacts us, money impacts us, my packages aren't cheap.
Yeah.
That impacts us. So I think just finding those customers and finding loyal customers that want to come back.
But how often does somebody need headshots done
Exactly.
again? It's like I'll come back in a couple years when I look a little different.
Yeah. They don't even do that. Like I have people that are using headshots from like 2-3 years ago, and I'm like, I'm so much better, guys.
Yeah.
Come back, because you're still using those, and I want you to promote my better work now.
What about a loyalty discount?
I mean, we run deals right now. We're running a headshot special. And,
What about reaching out to them specifically?
Yeah, I need to. We need to.
Like, hey, fam.
It's been 2-3 years.
It's been 2-3 years. I noticed you're still using the headshots from before I knew what I was doing. I know what I'm doing now.
That's really
What's
the
up?
bigger thing. When I see them, I'm like, man, like my lighting. Like, for example, I used to do constant lighting in my studio because I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
And not saying no shame to people that do constant lighting, because it has its place. But now I find that my work is better with flash photography.
Yeah.
And my work, I feel like, is elevated since I've learned flash photography. I've also learned a lot more about touching up people and doing it in a way that still fits my style of being a realistic photographer. Like, I like the way people look. I basically refuse to touch up scars. Like, if you have a scar, like, I think that's beautiful. If you have a blemish, like that day you woke up and you got a pimple, like, yeah, we'll fix that. Like, if you have like a little thing off, few stray hairs, like, we'll fix some stuff and I'll smooth you out a little bit to help the makeup, but doing little things.
You don't want it to look
I don't want it to look edited. I want you to look real and look like yourself.
The goal is like a photo that like best case scenario, no edit needed.
Just pop it out.
Pop it out.
Put a little color grade on it. I color grade everything. So I
convert to JPEG.
Convert it to JPEG and pop it out. That's what I like to do. Fix it and pre. Fix it and pre is our motto at Best Ed Media.
Oh.
But so since I've done that, like, I've learned that lighting, and I look at the photos before and I'm like, oh man, come back, please. Come back, please. Or maybe like their skin tone was a little bit off or something. Like, I'm like, oh, please come back.
Sure.
So shout out to everybody who's ever portraits photos from us, but please come back.
And come back.
Yeah,
and we're definitely gonna put your link up for people to find you. And
it's hard to find us because our Google SEO is terrible.
Yeah, and I don't know that this will help. As of now, nobody knows that we exist.
Nobody knows.
But we're gonna do stuff about that.
Exactly.
And I hope that this helps. And do you struggle with work-life balance at all?
I don't think so. I think, like, so when I went full time, I was kind of blessed to be in this bad situation where I lived in a studio apartment in one bedroom. First, I lived in one bedroom in my sister's house. I rented a bedroom, and then I lived in a studio apartment. And that forced me, like, when I had kids, I tried not to do shoots, and when I didn't have kids, I would go crazy on shoots.
Yeah.
And then I would still edit when I had them, but the way my brain works, I have to take breaks frequently. So, like, they'd be doing their own thing, I'd be editing, but we'd be in the same room.
Right.
And then I'd take breaks, and I'd play with them for an hour, and then I'd go back to editing for an hour, and then I'd play with them for an hour, and I'd go back to editing for an hour. And that's the way my brain worked anyways. And even when I was editing, they would be like reading a book or on the iPad, or they would be doing something, but we'd be like next to each other in the same room. So it kind of facilitated this like great work-life balance in the beginning.
I love that.
So now where we're at, my studio is in my backyard. My office is in the backyard. So if I'm in the middle of a shoot, my kids need me, they'll interrupt a shoot.
Oh yeah, I don't
They'll
care.
come in there. They don't care if it's I could be shooting the mayor. They don't care. They're in there and they're like, Dad, where's the
Yo, Dad, take a picture of me with the mayor real quick. Also, do you know where the Cheez-Its are?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So like I think they've always known that like they come first. The only time that's ever gotten a little bit worried was when I was traveling a whole lot. So
Sure.
I had a job that was like had me on the road a whole lot. We were kind of traveling all over the world. A great job, but that was like cutting into time, and that was a lot harder for me to kind of maintain. Like, how do I go to Paris and still be here at home, and how do I not miss things but travel? Because we were traveling sometimes more than once a month, but at least once a month, going like traveling for a week at a time, and so that time period was a little bit difficult.
And it's not like when you get back, you get them for a whole week now.
Yeah.
You just go back to the normal schedule.
Yeah, my time is still cut in half.
Yeah.
So when I miss that time, I just miss that time. And sometimes Levi is very like stickler about like if I miss time, he tries to make it up. He's like, well, Dad, you were gone for this amount of days. Can I stay for this? But it's hard, so you can't always make that work.
And it's not necessarily up to him. Like that's taking away time from his mom.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
yeah. And I think he understands that. And like I felt like that way with the photo shoot, like they will interrupt, but they're also very respectful.
They're very respectful. We have like literally the best kids. And we have 5 together. I haven't said that in the podcast. But I have 2 kids, and then my partner has 3. So together we have 5. All 5 are amazing.
Yeah,
kids.
I love every single one of those kids. I want to have a couple of them on the podcast. I already know if I have one on, I'm gonna have to have every single one on.
Yeah,
and
you will.
I've got some ideas for
that.
that.
We were talking about it last night, was it last night or
the
was
oldest?
It today? Yeah, the oldest. Michaela.
I would say, can we say her name?
Yeah, we can.
She knows.
Now she does.
She knows about the podcast.
She knows you're doing a podcast.
Because you told her. I was like, how does she know?
I was like, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be on Zach's podcast. And she's like, wait, Zach has a podcast? She was like, that's great. I want to be on the podcast.
Yeah.
So
let's go. Yeah, dude. No, it's a wrap. I'm going to have every single one of those kids on.
So if you don't have fans anywhere else, you have fans in our household.
Yeah, maybe that'll get you some business.
Maybe
they'll become a fan of the family business now.
Yeah, maybe this will all be just a big circle.
Yeah, full circle moment like with Oprah. Do you have a dream goal for your photography? Like where you would like it to take you? Or is there anything about your life that you hope that photography could one day provide a change?
So I'm teaching this class coming up, and it's not a plug. It'll be past due, but
it's a plug. Oh yeah, it'll be way past due.
I'm teaching this class coming up, and I think like doing that, preparing for that, has kind of sparked something in me. Where I'm like, I used to teach. I worked at the church. I got into that primarily because I like to teach. So I wanted to be a preacher, but I wanted to be a teacher. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now that I'm not in that world anymore, teaching has always been something that I've loved to do. I've loved to kind of take people under my wing and help them with the next thing, whatever I've been doing. So I don't know if it's being a mentor. I don't know if it's like starting a YouTube page where,
Sure.
I do tutorials. I don't know what it is, but teaching. We'll see how this class goes.
Yeah,
But
I think
like,
you're
the
really
goal
good
is
at
that.
teaching.
Yeah.
You've taught me how to play a million different board games and board games that like I really enjoy playing now, but I would have never gotten through reading the instructions. It honestly was like the first time that we played board games together and you didn't know how to play and you like pulled the instructions out and read them. I was like, what?
I love board
Like
games.
I don't know if I've
understand.
ever read the instructions for a board game. I've always been taught, or I'll watch a video, or I don't play until someone can teach me. Like
Yeah.
Catan.
I need a shirt that says I read the instructions so you don't have to.
Yeah,
I've seen that shirt
yeah,
somewhere and I need it.
that is the most Kyle shirt ever. I love that. Well, I'm not trying to take it to too serious of a place, but there's a story out there that you let your, at the time, 15-year-old son fist fight a 32-year-old man for his birthday. Can you tell us a little bit about what actually happened there?
Drop the video.
Yeah,
There.
bro.
No,
Link
but,
in bio.
Levi, my son, made a pact with this man that they would fight and they would have this epic battle. And my son is somebody that if something's in his mind, then like that's it. Like he's going to bring it to light, and he gets his mind set on stuff. He's kind of like me in a way, but if he gets his mind set on something, it's...
Well, I also was kind of that way as well. And like, it was funny. So like it all started, like I would pick Levi up and, we'd like go out to eat, hang out, whatever. And, I say recently, I've been starting to get into anime, a little bit for the past couple of years. I'm not like the type of person that's a fan of all animes or like have seen every single anime, but the ones that I like, I feel like everyone that watches anime like watches anime.
Yeah.
And it, like I like it, and the ones that I like I really like, but I'm not like that well versed in it. But one of the times that we were hanging out, it was like 3 days before his birthday. And we were like joking about like this dramatic anime style fight. And we were like, 1 year from today, we will like prove who is the better fighter. And like, I don't know, we made it real dramatic. It was like, like I'm thinking like, if you think about One Piece, they had like a 2-year, 3-day break from each other where they were all training in their own specific categories to become better. So it was like we had a year to train and prepare for this epic fight.
Which Levi did train.
I know, and I did not at all. I said I need to start for 12 months.
So Levi, literally, my son, I would send Zach videos of him working out in the back. It's raining and he's working out in the backyard with center blocks.
Yeah, there was like a
doing
video of him
push-ups.
doing laps around the house holding the cinder block, and like you just see him run past the camera, like the door cam. Then the next thing you know, he's back again. I was like, oh no.
I felt like the videos were like so fun too because they are like security camera footage of him.
Yeah.
It's like he's working out in the prison yard.
Yeah, you're like
shirtless with like cinder blocks.
Yeah.
So funny. So he took it so seriously. So the closer that it got, I started thinking like, how can we do this like in a fun, safe way? So we ended up settling on his birthday. On his 15th birthday?
It was his 15th birthday,
15th birthday. He would have this epic fight, and he was allowed to invite all of his friends, and we rented a blow-up castle, but it was a boxing ring.
Yeah, it was a blow-up boxing ring.
It came with these large blow-up boxing gloves.
Comically large.
but we used real boxing gloves
And real headgear.
and I was the ref. So I was in there with them to make sure that like nothing got too crazy or nobody got hurt. But yeah, they wore headgear, boxing gloves, and a comically large inflatable boxing
They wear
ring.
bounces. Like, you don't even have like real solid feet. We're like bouncing. Wow.
And they fought with all of his friends. It was so much fun. Levi ended up winning.
By points.
By points in this epic fashion.
I think it was rigged.
The fans, all of his friends went crazy. They were like chanting his name and like it was wild. He had the most fun.
And it was like, yeah. Like I was like kind of playing like the villain role, or like you imagine like WWE, and you got like the good guy wrestler, and then the bad guy wrestler comes out. Nobody's a fan of me because
you're a 30-year-old man.
And like they would be like, they were like saying stuff like he's 50 years old, like all this stuff. I was like, dang, kids, dude. And like after the first round, we did 3 rounds, which I found out later. Elizabeth told me that the time would end in Ariel, because Ariel, Kyle's daughter, was running the clock. She was running the clock, telling us when the round was over. The round would end, but she wasn't satisfied with where the round had gone yet. So she would just let it keep going. And I'm like over here like...
Gassed.
Like I am gassed, bro. After the first round, I was like, if I don't fight Levi like a grown man, like, cause I did hold back on the first round, like, cause I was like, I'm not gonna punch this 15-year-old kid, even though I want to real bad. I'm not gonna just punch him right in the face. Like that just seems messed up. And then like after that first round, I was like, no, I gotta punch him in the face. If I don't, he is going to murder me. Dude, I don't know if I ever told you. I don't know if I ever told you, but like a month before the fight, he was like, so are we using weapons? And I was like, no, Levi, no. You cannot use weapons. Like, we can't do that.
He has an arsenal.
Yeah, and he's like good with them.
Yeah.
And like, if we used weapons, I would have actually died. And also, we were in an inflatable.
He probably would have picked something like a bow staff and just tore you up. You would have had bruises all over. That would have been so fun. Such an epic night, though. Thank you for making that happen for him and
that
for
was
being
super
there
fun.
To get beat up.
Dude, and his friends were ruthless. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I accidentally flipped one of them off.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, it was like middle. It was like the end of the second round, and I am like so dead. And like Amber Lynn is like she's the second youngest daughter in the trio of in the 5 kids. She is like playing my coach, and she's like, you got this, you just gotta go for the left, whatever. And she's like, you need water? She like slaps a bottle of water in my hand, and I'm like like dead. And then like through the little mesh is one of Levi's friends, and he's like, you suck, you old man. And I'm like, and I looked at him and I flipped him off, and I was like, I shouldn't have done that. He didn't say it. He just kind of like was like, ooh, and then like walked away. And I was like, dang, dude. I felt bad about that one.
Oh man, I was in tears there for a second. That's hilarious. Such a funny night.
Dude, it was truly a blast. I can't wait.
The hard part was like the next year was like,
what do we do?
That
now?
was for his 15th. Like, what do we do for his 16th birthday? And then we just had like a little party. But dude, he has so many weapons.
I know, bro. It's zombie apocalypse. I'm going there.
Yeah, come to my house. Yeah. We are fitted out with swords and knives.
Yeah, guns are effective, but you run out of ammunition eventually.
Run out of ammunition.
A sword?
Yeah.
You just need like a nice piece of graphite and just sharpen it up.
They're good.
Sharpen it on up. And zombies, your swords, they last longer because the zombie flesh is easier to cut through.
I see that.
Yeah.
I don't know about the bone, but
yeah, I don't know. Well, you know, we kind of mentioned board games. I know you love board games.
Too much, probably.
Real quick, you know, no explanations, just your first gut instinct. Monopoly or Scrabble?
Ooh, Monopoly.
Ooh, chess or checkers?
Checkers.
Oh, really? I love chess.
I like chess too, but checkers is just a fun classic game.
Yeah, fair. Clue or Guess Who?
Guess who?
Oh, surprised me. Uno or Cards Against Humanity?
That's tough. Cards Against Humanity with kids is so much fun.
Yeah, dude. And those kids, like
it's
they're
such
smart.
a bad game.
Yeah.
Such a bad game. So we'll go with Uno.
Okay. Pictionary or charades?
Pictionary.
Yeah. Strategy or chaos?
Strategy.
Yeah. Long game or quick rounds? Like just any game. Like, do you prefer a game
like a long
that's
game.
long? You like a long game?
Yeah.
I do too. And I thought that was going to be, but we've really been enjoying Azul. We played the heck out of it.
Azul is we were in a board game store yesterday buying a new board game, and they have a stained glass version of
What?
Azul, and we really dropped the ball and not buying
Oh, that's okay.
So we bought them Azul for Christmas,
That's okay.
but there's a stained glass version.
You know,
Isn't that cool?
that is
You
cool.
need the stained glass version.
I do. I want it.
It's only $30.
I'll never forgive you. I'll wait for my birthday.
We did buy a new game though.
I'll be
I
like-
have that to look forward to tonight.
Like, my birthday is coming up. Did you give me anything?
Yeah, stained glass Azul, baby.
Just a reminder, my birthday's coming up. Team play or every player for themselves?
Every player for themselves.
Yeah, that's better that way.
I do like some good team play games, like party games.
As long as your team doesn't
I
suck.
do like, as long as your team knows there's nothing, because there's nothing more that I hate in a board game than losing bad. Like, I don't mind losing. Me and Amanda play games. There's some times where, like, you know, I love a good game. But
Yeah.
if I know the game is like lopsided one way or the other, because there's some games where like things just happen and it can get lopsided, and I'm playing and I'm just like, okay, I am definitely going to win or I am definitely going to lose, and that just pisses me off.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but also I've seen some impressive stuff. I've seen some comebacks that would blow your mind.
Yeah, that's fun.
Dude, I played Yahtzee the other day, and I had already selected 0 on my Yahtzee, and then I rolled 3 Yahtzees. 3 Yahtzees after that, and I only had 1. I needed like my 5s. And I rolled 3 Yahtzees, and I was like, I was so pissed.
Don't play Yahtzee with Ariel. That kid's so lucky.
That's what I hear, dude. She got them hot hands. I'm going to take her
Hot
to the
hands.
casino. Take her to the streets. We'll play some street craps. I don't even know how to play that. Not going to lie. House rules or official rules?
Ooh, so
Depends on the game.
my
kinda.
favorite game is Wormspan, and we
Yes.
play by house rules on it.
Oh, that's right. You do edit it a little bit. You were like, this
edited
one
the
thing kind of
rules.
sucks.
We didn't like one aspect of the game, so we took that aspect out, and then that made us create something else in the game that now when we play the game, we teach it to friends. That's the way we teach it and play it.
Yeah, I like that. The only type of house rules I don't like is whenever it like supports cheating. It's
Oh,
like in
yeah.
Monopoly. It's like, I don't want to play Monopoly if we're cheating, dude, because there's so much to pay attention to.
Yeah,
And it's like,
yeah.
it's so easy to cheat. And then at that point, like, what's even the point?
But other than my favorite game, which we modified, I like to stick by the rules.
Luck or skill?
Skill based. I like.
Yeah, same. Shoots and ladders sucks.
Yeah, I
hate that game.
I don't like luck based games. I like to strategy.
Trash talk or silent focus kind of type?
I'm pretty focused.
Yeah, it's hard to crush somebody if you don't stay focused.
Yeah.
Read the rules or learn as you go. I already know the answer to that one. Read the rules.
Reading
Okay.
the rules
Yeah.
all the way. And probably still watching a video.
Play to win or play for fun.
Oh, I definitely play to win.
Yeah, don't lie.
But I love playing board games, and even if I don't win, I still have a good time. As long as me and Amanda keep track
Yeah.
in our game boxes. We have we keep score. So as long as I've been winning that game overall, which most of them I do, then I need there to be a cushion too.
Yeah.
So I need the number to be 27-16. I need to be crushing her in that game. Then I'm like, okay, you can win some.
I'll tone it down a little
I'll
bit.
tell you that you can win some now. I don't mind.
Not
but
me,
some
dude.
games she's better than me at, word-based games. Amanda's gonna beat me every time.
Oh yeah, she's really good.
Number-based games, so there's some games where we play or even Quacks is a really fun game, but somehow it's more of a luck-based game. I'm just unlucky in it. Amanda will there's games where you say comeback where I've been dominating her and then she'll just come back in the end and beat me. And I'm like, what? Why do you always beat me in this game?
Dude, some of those games that we played, like Wormspan and stuff like that, I can't remember if I won or if I just got second, but I was sure I was dead last by a landslide. And by the end of it, I wasn't last. I can't remember if I won. Doesn't matter. But I was shocked. I was like, okay, cool. Sweet.
That's fun.
I guess I wasn't as bad at this as I thought I was. Dice or cards?
Dice.
Yeah, I love me some dice games,
Yeah,
bro.
I like rolling the dice. But I do love
It's hard to say which
and
is
we have
better.
a dice tower.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which
I
is a lot
love
of
that
fun.
thing. I think it's pretty cool.
It's a lot of fun to use my dice tower.
Yeah. And it's beautiful.
It is beautifully made. Shout out Laser Cuts by Nick, I think is his brand. I don't know his brand, so
Hey,
maybe not shout out him. But
Check out the link here.
I can't think of it offhand, but his name's Nick Dawson. He does laser cutting stuff, and he made us a dice tower. It's dope.
Yeah, no, it is dope. Y'all should check it out if you like fun accessories to your dice games. Physical board or digital version?
Physical board.
Yeah,
all the
100%.
way.
Same. Snacks allowed or snacks banned?
Snacks are allowed. Snacks are allowed, but don't make a mess of my
You
game.
freaking, wipe your fingers off before you go touching my cards with your Dorito fingers. Rematch immediately or quit on a win?
I quit on a win. I'm not a big playing a game 2 times in a row. I kind of like to. I usually Amanda makes fun of me because I can usually do 1 game a day, and if she can get me to play 2 board games in a day or play a game twice, that's rare.
Okay. But you also like the long games. You don't like the
I like the long games.
Yeah.
So the games that we play last an hour. And
Yeah. I know when we play all 4 of us, sometimes it'll be 2 hours.
yeah, 2 hours easy if we're playing 4-player in some of our games.
Yeah. Which I do enjoy, but that one's a little bit harder to run it back.
Yeah.
Game night at home or board game cafe?
I love game night at home, but there are some board game cafes that we've been to that I love. There's one in Nashville we went to just not too long ago. Again,
Yeah.
we went back and it's a blast to go and pick a game off the wall that you don't know and learn it together right there in a cafe. And that's actually one of our first introductions into more strategy-based games.
Yeah.
Was playing Cascadia at a game board cafe, and we walked in, pulled it off the wall. We pulled that and Wingspan off, and Wingspan just looked so overwhelming. We put Wingspan back, and shout out Wingspan. That's Amanda's favorite game.
But it can be a lot to learn in a cafe.
It can be a lot to learn in a cafe.
Yeah.
So we played Cascadia together, and that was our introduction. Up until then, I think the only game we had played together, we loved Villainous. So we have almost every copy of Villainous. We do have every copy of Villainous except for the Star Wars versions. We're just not
a fan of Star Wars
people.
Fair enough.
Nothing wrong with it. We're just not in that universe. We like Marvel, Disney, different stuff. So that was
Who's your
our
daddy?
first introduction. That's a podcast.
Oh yeah, it is. Shout out Who's Your Daddy. What's your favorite board game?
Favorite board game is Wormspan.
Boom.
Close second is Everdell. We love Everdell. I just bought a new version. Well, Everdell has spin-offs that are in the same world, but they're different games. One of them's called Far Shore, and then this one is. So there's a new one that we just bought that we're gonna play probably tonight.
Wait, what is it?
I think it's called
In-
Silvercrest.
In the Everdell world?
It's in the Everdell world, but it's not an expansion. It's like its own board game.
But it's like same universe.
Same universe.
That's neat.
Though.
I like that.
Yeah, they have
That's
like,
super cool.
They have like 3 games that are in the universe, and they also have like 5 different expansions.
Yeah.
So because sometimes playing a game you kind of get old with it, but when games have expansions and different stuff like that and have universes and there's more to it, I think that's really cool. So
yeah,
I kind of like that about like Wormspan has an expansion, but you have Wingspan and Finspan, which is in the same world. So it's kind of like, wow, this is neat to play all these different versions of this game. And
yeah. Well, cool. Couple more closing questions here, and then we can wrap things up, I guess. But if someone listening feels like an imposter in their own life or a creative journey right now, what would you want them to hear?
I think like imposter syndrome is something that I've battled more than anything else in my creative journey. But you just have to keep doing the work and keep showing up. And I think like when I was starting off, I went to a conference and there was a photographer, Jeremy Coert, who is a phenomenal photographer.
I recognize that name.
Has done some phenomenal work in his life and continues to do so and push boundaries in photography. Some advice that he gave was to just keep shooting.
Yeah.
And that was like his biggest piece of advice. And I wrote it down and it sounded dumb, but his thing was like when he started, he just started with a camera and he didn't know what he was doing, but he just had to keep shooting.
Yeah.
And with video, with photography, with painting, with drawing, with being a chef, with anything you want to excel at, if you think like I'm not good enough, well, keep doing it. Keep showing up, keep putting in the work, and eventually like you'll look at some stuff and you'll be like, wow. You know? And if you're a photographer, print your work. Like get your work printed one time. Take your favorite piece that like even if you're unsure about it, get it printed like in a professional lab and then look at it and just be like, wow, that's dope.
I love the printing advice because that's like kind of a thing that I miss about photography in general is like, you know, I've got 1 million photos, 5x8 photos or whatever the standard is, 4x3, 5x8,
4x6,
4x6.
Yeah.
I got 1 million of those, but not a single one past probably 2005. I don't know if I've printed a photo since then. Yeah.
Quit printing work. And it looks
that
so
wasn't
much
even
different.
work,
or quit printing photos.
Yeah.
We just keep them in your phone, which is cool. But like, there's something about like holding your work in front of you, and as a photographer, like seeing it, and if you're a photographer, like get one piece, get your favorite work, get it printed big, like really blow that bitch up and step back and look at it and be like, wow. Because the first time I did that and I saw my work printed out, I did it for a farmer's market, so to like showcase the work at a farmer's market and get new clients and. We printed out our work for our display, and I stepped back after I made the display and just looked, and I was like, wow, that looks like a real photographer. Like, that is dope.
Who took that?
Who took those photos?
That was a real photographer for sure.
And then people would walk by, and they would be like, oh, wow, like, those photos, they would just continually blow up my head. And
I love that.
It kind of, doing the work kind of silences those. When you're quiet and you're not doing the work, I feel like that's when imposter syndrome can really soak in or in those moments. But when I'm working, I feel good.
Yeah.
So just show up, keep doing the work, keep putting it in and try your hardest to silence those voices because you are enough. You're doing it. If you have a camera and you're taking pictures, you're a photographer. Like, don't let anybody tell you differently. Like, just keep showing up, keep taking those photos. And the same thing applies to anybody. I said chef a minute ago, just keep showing up in the kitchen. Yeah. Keep throwing those ingredients together, and you're a badass.
Keep on going.
Keep going.
Yeah.
I got it tattooed on my arm.
Keep on going. Shout out. Like, yeah. No, I love that. I mean, I'm the same. I my advice is way less poetic. If you're feeling imposter syndrome, get over it. Get over it. Shut up. Like, you just do it. Like, you're like, just like, who cares? Oh, maybe you are an imposter.
Maybe you are.
Maybe I'm an imposter. Yeah, I'm like, ugh. Yeah, no, but that's okay. Freaking figure it out. Go. This is the journey of a boy who is an imposter becoming not an imposter.
And I think like social media like really puts that pressure on us. Like, because who are we supposed to be anyways? Like, I'm doing the work that I want to do, and I'm going to post it. And if it doesn't get the reactions, or if it doesn't like, and who cares? I don't even post all of my work. I have great work that is sitting on my computer that I just look at sometimes for me, and
hundreds and hundreds of photos of me that have never seen the light of day.
Yeah. So like, you don't have to like, who are you doing this for? Whatever you're doing, who are you doing it for? And if that's you, then silence those voices quick, because who else is to tell you that you're an imposter?
Yeah,
we do it to ourselves.
Exactly. Well, is there anything coming in the future that you're excited about and want people to know about, or just gonna have to wait and find out?
I think, be on the lookout for more classes, more things like that, more opportunities for, I really want more opportunities this year in 2026 to open up my studio to other people, to be able to bring in other people. So be on the lookout for that. I'm in the talks with a model about like a really fun photo project.
Okay.
That I don't want to give too much away on, but I think that, I really want for this year or next year, beginning of next year, but within like the next year, to host like a gallery. Yeah. So to be able to put together a body of work that I would consider to be a gallery worthy body of work, and then to have that in open up my studio to be able to have people come in. And I think if I work on this project with this model, that would be like gallery worthy work, like where I would be able to put together like a cohesive gallery and we could have fun with it.
Well, and I love that. And then like you could even have like a portion, like a screen somewhere playing Illy Benillium, and like
a whole gallery. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it can be dynamic. It could even be like, you could break the sections up of Illy Benillium. And different, I don't know,
that would be fun.
Options.
So be on the lookout.
So that sounds exciting.
2026, I think, is going to be, I really want to, my whole goal is just expansion and to grow and into, in business, like just overall in life, just kind of level up this year in a way that, not that I don't do New Year's resolutions, so it wasn't that. It was just, but New Year is a time to reset.
No,
and
totally.
It's a time to kind of like, look at yourself and look at what you've been doing and say like, I've kind of been complacent the last like 2 years probably.
Yeah.
And I kind of reached a level of comfort that I hadn't been at before.
Totally.
And with business, with everything, and I got complacent, and now business started like going downhill because of that, I think. And it's not time to be complacent anymore. I need to grow. I need to level up.
Yeah, no. I also don't have a New Year's resolution. I never do. But I do love the ability to kind of put behind me everything from the past year. Yeah, anything that had been weighing me down.
It's a reset.
It's a reset. Sure. And keep the experience, but don't let any of that, give you imposter syndrome, or slow you down. I wasn't gonna ask this one, but do you by chance have a dad joke on deck for us?
Oh,
it can be one that you've already used.
So one of my favorites, is still this was a joke that I used to play softball in like high school and middle school for like
I remember that.
Leagues. Yeah. And I was always the pitcher, and sometimes I would get in my head and I wouldn't be throwing like because it's still hard to throw a strike. Like you have to get it like in a certain area and be. It's like cornhole. You have to be on, but you have to like sink it in the hole every time.
Yeah.
And sometimes you would throw a couple balls, and my coach would always tell me this joke. So for my entire life, it stuck with me. And so I did it as one of my dad jokes. It didn't receive the reaction that I wanted. It didn't go viral like I wanted it to. But why did God make butt cheeks like this instead of like this?
Why?
Because if he made them sideways, when you went down a slide, your butt would go.
That's hilarious.
You were waiting to use
I was, dude. It took you so long to get to the joke, and I was like, I just got to keep the finger ready.
That is great. That is great. On that note,
well, thank you so much for being my first guest. This was super fun. Fun. You know, anyone out there, I'm sure we won't have a viewing party much outside of the local Louisville, Kentucky area. So if anyone is looking to get portraits done that are out of the ordinary or professional, or you just want to take some photos of yourself to make yourself feel better, or maybe you've got a creative, fun idea and don't quite know how to make that come to life, you know, you're in good hands with Best Dad Media and Best Dad Studios.
Definitely, for sure. Come on. Bring all those ideas. I love good ideas.
Yes. Well, cool. Thank you so much, Kyle. And thank you to whoever's listening.
Thank you. Thank you.
And this has been exactly what I'm trying to say. Ha ha.